Now we're going to find out what the faith is and what sound doctrine is as we go on in the study. Because that's what we're representing. That's what we're defending. That's what gives the church the authority. The doctrine gives the church the authority to preserve the doctrine, if you can think of it in that way. They were exhorted to continue in the faith, and that we through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of God. And when they had ordained them elders in every church, remember we talked about, it's so interesting today that the local church is almost an afterthought, and people want to just talk about the universal church. You know, everything's going that way. One world government. You know, the universal church. The church in its entirety is universal. The church universal transcends time and space. It's eternal in the heart of God. The universal church is the historical church and the future church. It's not just what's in existence today. In other words, listen to what I'm saying. You can't embrace the universal church without going back and seeing what that church was built upon, the apostles and the prophets, and what doctrine they established. And you'll see in Hebrews, that foundation that was laid, Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. Doctrine can't change. And so to appeal to the universal church is to appeal back to the foundational apostles, which gives the local church authority. Because most people that are wanting to talk about the universal church are just basically saying, I'm independent, I can run from this church to that church to that church, I can embrace this doctrine and that doctrine, and the fact is, you don't have those rights. But we demand those rights. I have those rights. What do you mean I don't have those rights? That's the spirit that we're arguing against. And we're trying to see, does the Bible speak toward that? And we talked about the fact that these epistles, this Bible, was not written to the universal church. It was written to bring universal church principles into functional local church daily living. Doctrine, resolving conflicts, evangelism, all of those things that happen at this level. So to effect that, he says that they ordained elders, plural, in what? Every church.